All right, let me see here. Get my self-assistances together. All right, there we go. Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, let me turn this Bluetooth off. I'll do it. No, I can leave that one on. All right, what's going on, party people? Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm just sort of. Okay. No, I'm just trying to figure a little something out here. All right, there we go. Just trying to see what's going on, people. What's going on? Yeah, I'm just chilling today. Got one more signing at 5 o'clock, so I'm headed home now. Do a quick scan back, and then go ahead on and all of that good stuff. So why isn't this okay? All right. So if y'all got any questions, what's going on, Barbie? If y'all got any questions, hit me with them in the chat. I got my chat going on my other phone. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. I was trying to figure out why my. Okay, this is the wrong. Okay, there we go. I was looking at it through the wrong thing. So let me see here. All right. I don't need that. All right, here we go. All right, so let me see. What was that chat that just came in? Hey, party peoples. Yeah, give me a call. Y'all know I'll be more than happy to chop it up with you and everything. And all right, there we go. All right, there we go. Yeah, I was under a different profile. All right, so what's going on with y'all today? Hey, what's going on, All Star Notary, um, Mobile Notary? Look, yeah, man, I've been busy. Hey, what's going on, Miss Rice, Moni? What's going on? Feel free to ask questions. Drop your questions in the chat and everything. Be more than happy to chop it up with y'all, answer any questions, anything y'all been noticing, any concerns. We still got the members only training going on. That's going to be tomorrow night at 6 p.m. What else? Yeah, tomorrow night at 6 p.m. And probably go back over some goal setting and systems, getting some systems in place. And then what's going on, Notadoc? And then I'm gonna show y'all how to set things up. Like some of y'all don't know how to organize your folders, and that was a problem I had, organizing your stuff so that when you get orders you can keep track of them and know where they're coming from. And also thanks for hitting the like button and sharing. So we're gonna go over that and answer any other detailed questions that y'all got. What's going on, Michelle? So if you want to be a part of that, click the join button. Then when you get in there, you'll see the what is that called? You'll see the community tab. You click on the community tab, and then once you go into the community tab, you'll see the post for the whatchamacallit, daggone it. I told y'all I'm tired. For the registration link for the Zoom. So we're doing it on Zoom. Last week was a good one. Did some Ron.verify. I don't talk a whole lot about Ron because there's so many different opinions out there. And the main thing that people get tripped up on is the credit thing that .verify, these credits that you have to buy. And what I'm learning is that people rather just pay some fee, have money deducted from what they should, what they could be getting per signing, so they don't pay the credits. And you really got to just take a look at it and see what you're getting at the end of the day with each platform. All these platforms are designed to make money. So if you're looking at, how can I come out the best per signing? To me, you come out better if you really want to look at it when you are doing face to face, because you can get more clients that way. You can connect with the people, all of that. So if you look at it from an all around standpoint, you actually have more of an opportunity to grow the business through that way, because when you're doing Ron, it's recorded. If it's recorded, that means they see you trying to market yourself and get extra business. Okay, I'm just saying. So, but again, it's up to you. I still think Ron is very new. I don't think that it's one size fits all. Um, I know a lot of people are doing training on it. I just hope they're doing training from the right perspective, not just from the thing of you can make all this money because, hey, what's going on, Angela, Sunset? Because just think about it. Ron versus face-to-face. What was people doing when it came to face-to-face notary? Hey, you can make all this money. What do you think they're going to do with Ron? Hey, you can make all this money. So everybody's telling you how to make all this money. But what was the problem that we had with the face-to-face marketing of the notary business? At the end of the day, you really didn't know how to do what you're supposed to do. So the question then becomes, if the person's never taught you how to do notarizations for face-to-face, what makes you think they're going to be able to teach you? They're going to teach you the proper way to do it over the internet. You see what I'm saying? Man, I done went the wrong way. Daggone it. I took the wrong exit. Oh well. It'll just be a longer ride around back home. Yeah, just be a longer ride home. No biggie. No biggie. Probably meant for me to go this way anyhow. So no big deal. No big deal. Oh yeah, they was backed up anyway on that time. Ooh, backed up that way too. Okay. Nope, I might have to swing around the other way. I thought it was gonna be shorter for me, but nah. Let me get back on the highway the way I was gonna go. I thought so. But yeah. So that's the thing. Can you chat a little bit about what? Let me grab my other phone so I can see that. All right. So can you chat a little bit about where you believe the market will be? All right. So where the market will be in the first quarter of the year, boy, that's a good one there. That is a darn good one there. I think it's still going to be in a holding pattern. I think it's really going to be in a holding pattern. And the reason why I say that is because the market, they're slowing down, raising the interest rate. They're still raising them, but they're just doing it slower. Okay? Now, I'm just making sure I'm going in the right direction this time. Yep, I am. So the rates are still going up a little bit slower. They're still going to raise the rates because inflation isn't at 2%. The big thing is the house prices got to come down. The house prices not coming down is causing a stalemate. The buyers are saying, I'm not overspending on a house. I'm not, I may buy a house at 7%, 8% interest, but I'm not going to buy an overinflated priced house. So the price of the house got to come down. So if the prices of the houses come down, meaning those homeowners go ahead on and cave in and say, okay, we're going to drop the price by $100,000 or whatever, then you will see some increased sales and purchases and things of that nature. Probably won't see as many refinances, but you will see more sales and purchases. And that's what the experts are saying out there. The problem is, and some people might not like this statement, who are real estate agents, but it's pretty much a known fact that the real estate agents, or some, not all, some agents are still trying to get their sellers to keep the prices high. to hold out for, you know, that high price. So your house really worth 250, but you're trying to sell it for 425. And the homeowner's like, I need to sell this house, you know, so they can't sell the house because nobody wants to buy it because, as far as they're concerned, it's too high. So that's really what you're looking at. However, for those interest rates, when the interest rate, I think it's at 6% or 6 point something, there are people still refinancing. And I just finished a HELOC with a lady at 12%. Her HELOC was 12%. So people are still doing things out here. We just got to, the question really is what's happening in the first quarter of 2023 in your area. Because right now in my area, and really we're already in the first quarter because they do the fiscal year, but the calendar year, things are still popping. I mean, I did 60 last month. I'm already at 42 for this month. I'm trying to hit 55, you know, so I'm already got between now, today, and what I got up to the 29th, I'm already booked for. I'm already booked for at least 42 signings. I'm trying to hit 55 to 60 again this month. So it all depends on your area. It all depends on what those lenders are doing, because see, if they've done a lot of work in your area for as refinances, so they ain't gonna be too much because they done got, say, 75-80% of the people to refi. If the house prices, even though there's a lot of properties out there, but if the house prices are too high and there's not people coming into the area, you're not going to get the sales from the new home construction. If the house prices are still too high, the people who are trying to sell their existing home, they're not going to be able to do anything because they don't want to overpay for the house that they about to move in. So you have all of these different little factors here that you have to take into consideration to understand what the market is going to do in your area. Now, there's one gentleman, his channel is ReVenture, Venture Consulting. If you look at his YouTube channel, he has charts and graphs. I know some of y'all might not be into the charts and graphs, but he has information out there that's talking about what's going on in the various different cities. And if you go back and look at his videos from about 3 months ago up until now, you will see the pattern that's going on. Boise, Idaho is overpriced. Various cities in Texas. Arizona is overpriced. Phoenix, Arizona is way overpriced. Right now, Las Vegas is losing $9,000 a month in equity. So there, you know, those house prices are falling $9,000 per month. And then they're losing about 30 real estate agents per month out of the market. So things are getting slammed on certain areas, and you have to look at the trend as to when could it come to your area. That's the question. When could it come to your area? And, you know, real estate is more so a local thing. Do you have national price changes? Yes, for as the interest rate across the nation. But depending on how the market has grown or not grown, housing, rentals, all of those things matter big time. You know, they matter big time to be able to say, this is what's going to happen in my area. The main thing that we can do as notaries is simply be in a position to hop on the notarial to be in a position to hop on the notarial opportunities that come. That's the thing. So if you're in a position that if an order came in last minute, do you have the paper? Do you have the printers? Do you have the things you need in order to do that signing? If you do, then you will continue to grow and move and make money in your business. But if you do not have your logistics together, as I talk, I'm down here in the tunnel, and for whatever reason, people with these Dodge cars, Chargers, Challengers, and Durangos, they just love to hear how it sounds when they hit the gas in the tunnel. That's all that's it. I mean, there ain't no need to do that. No, everybody, we driving barely 30 miles an hour, and this dude want to gun it to sound like he got him a real big, bad car. And thanks for hitting the like button, everybody, and sharing. So yeah, so that's what the deal is, people. That is what the deal is. Real estate is more local, and I'm actually surprised, happy, but I'm very surprised at the there we go. I'm very surprised at how well I've been doing the last 4 months. I mean, yeah, I'm surprised at how well I've been doing the last 4 months. Last night I did a quick check. I've actually done more signings in the last quarter of this year than I did in the first quarter. I mean, not the last 6 months of this year. So from July till now, I've done more. I forget the numbers, but I've done more signings the last half of the year than I did in the first half. Still 200 and something. I'm at about 5 something total, like 560, I think. But I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, things are still coming in. At the end of the year, it's not over, so more opportunities are coming in. I'm probably at about 45 signings now, because I know I picked up some more today. The new home builder that I work for, I got 5 for them this month. They just, they popping right now in my area, so I'm taking those orders left and right. So it's more local, whatever's going on locally with you. So there's a video, and when I get home, I'll make sure I do a community post on it, and I'll add it to the description of this. But there's a video I did about setting your tax stuff up for W-9 and your W-9 and something else that I did on. So it's that time again to get that ready to go, because you may have to resubmit that to some of the signing companies and title companies. Making up your mind on what you're going to do with this business, because I think, and from what I'm hearing in some of the clubhouses I've been in, the reality of the swindler has started hitting people. The reality of, I was sold a bill of goods that wasn't really factual. I was told that I could make all this money, but there was more to it than meets the eye. And a lot of people are starting to awaken. Hey, what's going on, Wanda? What's going on? I mean, now how you get with a home builder? Well, let me go back. A lot of people are basically realizing there's more to this business than just having a stamp and a printer and a pack of donuts that you can give to a title company. Okay, or whatever. They realizing that there's more to it. There's more effort that they have to put into doing this business. The home builder, the way I got in with the home builder, somebody who knew a home builder that was working with them made mention to me. I had no idea. Now, Bill Soroka, the notary coach, he has some information out there on how he went about doing it. I'll be honest, I'm not the best at, like marketing myself or selling myself. I'll be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie. So okay, that's what, so sometimes for me it's like, who got the hook up and everything. But one of the ways you can market it, I mean, talking to the real estate agent out at the spot, this is just my opinion, they're focused on trying to get a sale. So you coming in there, they're thinking that, oh, you're going to buy something, and you're like, hey, I want you to, hold on, sorry about that, y'all, had to clean that lens off. They're thinking that you're there to buy something, and you're like, nah, I'm trying to get some money in my pocket. That ain't their mindset, isn't there. You may have to reach out to that company, or find some way to find out who the title company is and market to them. So whoever the title company is, now granted, most of those title companies, they have projects. I mean, their projects, they already got notaries in-house to do the business. Where mine is working out for me is that the home builder is not really located in my area, so their escrow office is I think in Northern Virginia, and they're like, okay, we don't have a title office or escrow spot set up right there. We don't have that, so they're like, we need a mobile notary to go out to the home, to the model, and meet the customer there and sign the paperwork. And I'm like, okay, I'll do that, and I get compensated good for that. So it all depends on your area. It all depends on how that builder wants to do things. And it's not necessarily that it's easier with the builder. It's just it's a good opportunity, and I get paid faster. But you really got to have your stuff on point, because with this builder, I had to go buy me a $600 scanner so I can scan and email the documents to them lickety split, because they wanted everything scanned right there at the table. So I'm driving an hour from home, gotta scan, use my mobile Wi-Fi, because the Wi-Fi in the models sometimes is on, sometimes is off, and everything. So I couldn't even, so I had to go buy me a new scanner so I can accommodate them, and they only want you to print out one copy. Now you can print 2 copies if you want, but they don't want you giving the customer a copy, because they're going to provide them a copy at the end of everything. They're going to provide them a copy of the documents. So all you need is 1 copy, which means you got to be in your P's and Q's and make sure you do stuff correctly. This builder, they actually stamp the date on everything, the notarial statement, everything, the date that is being signed. So all you got to do is just watch them sign, you sign, fill in the right venue, and you're done, and stamp it, and you're done. 70 pages, I can breeze through that in about maybe 20 minutes. They always get with the customer and let them see the documents ahead of time, so by the time they get to me, they've already reviewed the documents, they already know the numbers, and they're good with everything. They're not asking what's the interest rate. They already know the interest rate. They're not asking when their first payment. They already know that. So from that regard, it's a whole lot easier. But the tough part is they want them scan backs like right then and there, and nobody can leave until funding gets approved. So the way they do things could be different from others, but you just got to be flexible. And the more flexible and adaptive you are, the more opportunities that you get there. Right, and you're here for the long haul. I'm in Florida and have subdivisions coming up everywhere. You have to get creative. You got to get creative and think out of the box. Maybe go to networking meetings that they're having. Find out where those builders and those real estate agents and those folk hang out. And sometimes it's not so much that you got to sit there and do a hard sell like pick me, pick me, pick me, but letting them know that you're there to accommodate them. And I always say, if you go there and you let them know, they say, hey, I'm here to support you. I'm here to help you expand your business. Because if that person they may have never thought about it. If they have a client that you can go and meet them at, they're like, well, we can send a notary to go meet them. I'll do it. And see, that's also where Ron comes in at. So when people talk to me about Ron, real estate agents, or if I talk to a title person, whatever, I tell them, I said, and even with my home builder, I say, look, you may have a situation where the spouse might be out of state, because of the military or just regular work. And guess what? I can get online and get documents signed with them. A lot of them are like, oh, you can? I didn't know that. Yes. So if you're in a situation where this thing needs to be done, but they can't get here, as a Virginia notary, I can do the notarizations for that. Okay, I said, all you got to do is just make sure the title company, the lender, are good with it. If it's here in Virginia, if the deed is going to be recorded in Virginia, Virginia accepts electronically signed and notarized documents. And you have to just make sure the other counties, if you're going to be having this done for another county outside of the state of Virginia, that state and that county accepts electronically signed and notarized documents. Once they do that, then that's another avenue, and I'm not doing a hard sell trying to convince them. I already know I can do the job. You just need to know that this is an option. So I present my business as an option to them. I don't try to force my way in and like, no, you need to grab me and pick me. Now, in certain cases that might work, but that's not my personality. That is truly not my personality, to try to demand and make somebody feel that they have to select me. They have to go with me as the end all be all. Nah, I'm here. If you need me, I got you. Just give me an opportunity. What is your goals? And see, this is where you talk to them about what's going on with them. So what are your goals? What are you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to expand? And you can ask them that. So are you trying to expand to where you can reach clients, that's more remote, that maybe not get to you? Because, they might be able to, they may want to buy your house or and everything, and move here, but for whatever reason, they can't get to you. How do you handle, situations with people with children? They got kids and they don't have a babysitter. How do you handle that? Do y'all send somebody out to them? You pose these questions. In other words, you become a problem solver. If you can show them that, hey, I have the solution to your problem. And sometimes people don't even realize they have a problem, or they know I got a problem. I want to do this, but I don't know what the solution is. Here you come as the notary to provide them with the solution. That's what this is about. If you can show them that you can provide them with a solution to a problem that they realize they have, but they just don't know what the solution is, or they don't even realize that there is a problem. The reason why you're not growing is because you haven't looked at the people in the remote area, and the problem that you have is that you have people who are notaries here, but they don't have the ability or the time to go out 15-20 minutes away from here and do ... And some people are so busy working, they didn't even realize that. And if y'all like this information, hit the like button. I'm serious, hit the like button on what I'm sharing with y'all right now. This is where, and see, this is why, and I'm gonna issue this challenge to y'all again, because last year nobody did it. I know nobody did it because nobody contacted me and told me. Everybody contacted and told me everything else, but nobody told me they did this. Starting, January 1st, 2023, through the first 6 months of the year, through the end of June, get off all negative social media. Any social media group you've been in that is negative, that's talking smack, that's not really being productive, that's coming up with a bunch of hocus pocus stuff and flim flam stuff, you need to get out of there. You need to get out of that, And also, don't forget the Notaries Unsealed podcast, because that's Q about to tell me to do that. Notaries Unsealed podcast. We had a great one this past week. We got another one coming up this next week, every Tuesday. But I'm telling you, you get away from those negative or unproductive. So some of them may not be negative, but they're really unproductive. Even the one, and I consider a social media group that all they're trying to do is get you to buy stuff or to try to come up with some little crafty way to sell something. And if y'all been following me on the Instagram, go to my Instagram, look at my timeline. There's a young black lady on there, and she's talking about how she should have really focused on one thing and got good with one thing. What's going on, Ben Briggs? And grew that rather than having all these multiple streams of income that she's making 6 figures, but she's not making 6 figures from one of them. She's making 6 figures from a culmination of them. That's what, and so you might be making, 15,000 a year from that, 25 from this, that, and the other. But then if one of those drop, no longer getting 6 figures. So you got to get good at one thing, and you got to get away from people that's just talking about scheming and scamming and coming up with all these shortcuts. And I'm talking about, well, here's how you can get through your signings in 15 minutes or less if you do this, and all this little creepy stuff that they're talking about doing. Get away from that. I'm telling y'all, get away from that. They start to go in there, do the stuff right in accordance with your state law. Well, see, really, you can do this. I mean, you just got to know how not to get caught. The moment they start talking about how not to get caught, okay. Now, this is different from don't get caught, but when they say, okay, I'm gonna show you how to do this thing under the table and not get caught. I'm gonna show you how to backdoor and sneak around and get to the title company and still, and so you can go direct when the signing company is the one that hired you, and you backdooring them and stabbing them in the back. That kind of stuff, that's what you need to stay away from. What's going on, Caprina? You need to stay away from that. That kind of stuff is going to get you in trouble, and you're never going to get good at being a solid business owner. You're going to be good at tinkering with stuff, just playing around with it. Time out for all of these people flossing and pretending like, they got this, that, and the other going on. Okay. What I suggest that you do is make up your mind how serious you want to be with this business. If the business isn't the way you want it, if isn't what you want to do, if it's I don't really want to do, then don't worry about it. Don't do it. Go find something else to do. Don't stress yourself out trying to keep up with people. And that has been the biggest success for me, is that I don't try to keep up with people. Thank you, Terry. Thank you. And I think, Terry, you're supposed to have been talking on the phone. I ain't had that phone call from you. I need to get your, I think I hope that was you, some Terry that was contacting me and said they need to talk. So we got to get on the phone and everything. But y'all have it in you to do this business. The majority of the people out there, they're just trying to get a dime out of you. They're just trying to get some funds out of you. And that's okay. But you don't have, if they're not really offering you what you need, which means you have to figure out what you need, then you don't need to be spending money with them thinking you're behind. And a lot of y'all get the pressure, like got that pressure on you, thinking that I'm behind, I'm missing out. Okay. I'm missing out, where, if I don't do this, then I'm never going to make the money. But think about it. How many of you have jumped out there? You had to slow down for personal legal reasons. Understand. How many of you listened to that, hopped out there, and still didn't really get going because you realized what they was telling you to do wasn't applicable for you? Or you might have realized that ain't me. I ain't in it. My head ain't in it. My heart ain't in it like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's some of you that was like that. I've been that way with different things. Once you, yeah, glad you enjoyed the podcast. Even if you slow down, like Shantae said she had to, be ready. Be ready to do a little something. So this upcoming year is going to be, yeah, Matthew probably just waking up from a nap and stuff. Matthew drank that golden milk and everything, that turmeric milk and stuff. Well, he probably taking a nap so he can be ready for later tonight, Q, when we get together. But I think 2023 is going to be about execution. It's going to be about you executing what you need to do. Okay? You're going to have to start executing. All of this Let me get knowledge, let me learn, let me sit in, let me soak it up like a sponge and all of that stuff. When are you going to start executing? And if you don't have it in you to execute, if you are that definitely afraid to do anything for your business, then you're going to have to back it down. You're just going to have to say, you know what, this ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to do that. Start executing today, put a plan of action in place. Yeah, that's what you're going to have to do. If you can just execute, that's why I had the shirt, and Q did a great job on it. You know, I leave the house for 60. Leaving the house for 60 that statement is about executing. I'm talking to a lot of y'all. You know, just going out for that order, because I'm telling you, to this day, no matter how far I had to drive for an order, no matter how difficult the order was, no matter how confusing things got, when I got that money hitting my account, like it did this week, I didn't even think about the fact, oh man, that $50 I made, man, I said, I got $50. I got short memory. It's like, I did it. Okay, they gonna pay me. Only thing I'm concerned about, okay, yep, I got paid. I didn't get paid. Where's my money? Okay, there it is. Thank you. That's what this is about, because many of us do all kinds of stuff. We got a lot on us in our W-2s, and in our W-2s, when we get that paycheck, we forget all about getting cussed out, being told to work late, this, that, and the other. We go ahead on and we do what we got to do, and we just roll with it. You know what I'm saying? We just roll with it and get ready to go into next week. We work out 40 hours each week. We get our pay after 2 weeks, and then we go in there and do it again. And if you can't find the way to push through and to do what you need to do with your own business, then I don't know what to say. I really, really don't know what to say. What is it going to take to move you in the direction of true entrepreneurship? But if you're trying to do this business or any business, and you don't want any failures, you don't want any setbacks, you don't want any hiccups, then to be honest, you shouldn't do any business. You should just work your W-2 that has setbacks, that has hiccups, that has failures, but it's a guaranteed paycheck. So are you the person that says, I'm willing to take a risk on a W-2 because it's a guaranteed paycheck, so you think, and I'm willing to not get promotions, willing to be promised that I'm going to get moved into a different space or a different office or have my own office, and it not come through and they lied? I'm willing to, for that W-2 check that's supposedly guaranteed, I'm willing to be told that I'm going to get a 3% pay raise just to find out I'm only getting a 1% pay raise. But I'm going to still stay there and I'm going to stick there. You know what I'm saying? And then when you have an opportunity to be a business owner, you don't even put in any kind of real effort. But you're being sold a dream. It was all a dream. You're being sold Biggie all day long. But then you still won't execute, and then you're spending more money to be sold more of the dream, and you don't execute. And I'll be straight. Kudos to the people who keep selling you the dream and making money, and they ain't got to go do a loan closing at all because you keep buying the dream. Okay, that kudos to them. But when you gonna wise up? And I'm not saying that you can't spend money with them. I mean, they're gonna do what they do. You're gonna do what you do. The question is whether or not you. Nah, these kids out here just acting silly. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, just don't like unruly, undisciplined kids and stuff. But the question is, what are you going to do? What does it take? What will it take for you to be able to be like, okay, I'm a sacrifice and go all in for my business. What do you need? And what it is for a lot of people, you want assurances. You want guaranteed assurances that this is going to work and you're not going to be embarrassed. You're not going to have failure. And that's not life. Every day you wake up is a crapshoot. You rolling the dice when you lay down. Everybody tell me I like to take naps. Okay, you take a nap and you never wake up from it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we take chances all the time. Take a chance on you. Get your head right. But I'm gonna tell you right now, the reason why majority of people are unable to really go out here and do what they need to do is because they got the wrong perspective. And a lot of times that wrong perspective either came from within them or supported by bad advice from other people that they did not vet. They didn't check it out. They didn't investigate it. They just believed. And what I find so doggone interesting is how so many people are willing to believe this person that's on the internet and just say, well, he said, she said, I can make this money. I'm going to do it. And I understand that can inspire you, but at some point in time, you got to sit down and really research it out, look into it, really check them out. You can't find information on them. Find a way to get in contact, ask them questions, and and grill them. No different than you would a person in face to face. And don't believe everybody's testimony. Don't believe all these testimonies about this person is that great, that whatever, that's telling you, oh yeah, I made all this money. Be cautious and careful. And at the end of the day, you'll be like, you know what? I'm glad I did that. I'm glad I did a little more research. I'm glad I asked those questions. Got it. And then you can go execute. But I mean, this is a decision you're going to have to make. There's going to be more and more people offering this, offering that, selling this, selling that, to supposedly get you to move out of your your zone of fear into a zone of productivity. Um, but the persons themselves ain't really accomplished much. And I just find it also just so interesting how so many people have never done a business, have never done anything whatsoever, and they become a notary and they all of a sudden have all of this inspiration that they can pour into people. All of these things, now some of the people got the background. They've been doing this, especially with a lot of the folk I've been seeing, like with the mental health and the wellness. But a lot of these other folk, they just regurgitating spiritual sayings and encouraging sayings that they heard from somebody else. They really don't have any for themselves because they really don't have any experience. And my thing is this: if it was that easy for somebody to call themselves a guru in the notary world after 3 or 4 months or 6 months, then heck, why do you need them? You can do it too. You just got to apply yourself. Will you apply yourself? If you apply yourself, then heck, you could probably be 3 times better than them, but you're not applying yourself. So I know some of this is, y'all heard me say this before, but guess what? The reason why I'm repeating it again, because a lot of you are still in that same state. A lot of you are still in the same conditions, mentally, financially, spiritually, emotionally, that you started at the beginning of the year. And now you're getting ready to go into another calendar year, trying to figure out this business, trying to stop being scared and go out here and I'm going to get all of my stuff together. Okay, get your stuff together and then go execute. And come March of next year, the question is going to be, how many of you still going to be sitting around waiting for your ship to come in, waiting for that moment that you're going to go for it? Find a way, go out there. Nobody's calling. Okay, well, make them call. Give them a reason to call. Just take the daggone orders that come across you. Get your profile fixed. And I'm going to tell you right now, I talk about profiles all the time, and I'm telling y'all, The bulk of the reason for some people not getting orders is because you don't have a compelling enough profile to communicate that you understand what you're supposed to do. Everybody's excuse is, well, I won't say everybody, a lot of people's excuse is, well, I don't have a whole lot of experience. Do you know how to do the necessary proper notarial acts? Do you understand your state law? Do you understand this, that, and the other? Well, yeah, then write that down in your profile. Communicate that. You come out of college, you don't have an experience, but you do what? You communicate how educated you are concerning that field. I understand this about microbiology. I know I ain't supposed to be pouring this on that, and it's going to cause a chemical reaction that's going to blow half the city up. You know that, and you communicate that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, heck, some of y'all, I mean, a lot, well, a lot of us have gotten married with no experience. But I promise you, baby, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to be the man you want me to be. Baby, you ain't got to worry. I'm going to always have a hot plate on the table for you or whatever. You communicate to that person. What you believe in your heart makes you the right person for them to marry. And y'all can't come to the conclusion that you can communicate, I am the best daggone notary that you will ever come across because of this, and this. And I don't know what it's going to take for y'all to stop screwing around and just go head on, woman up, man up, and go out here and take a chance on yourself. Because some of y'all not married and y'all looking for that guy, and that dude come up and he say the right thing with no proof, you into it. So trust me, if you say the right things in your profile, for the podcast. Look, I mean, when you just use with a deductive reasoning and logic, you just really think about it. All the excuses people making up, you don't make those excuses up when you're trying to kick it with somebody. You go to the club, you doing your thing, and you see her, and you display. They don't know none of y'all. Just look. Oh yeah. I'm getting with that. yeah, dog. I'm getting with that, man. All right. Don't wait up for me. Ain't got no proof of nothing, but you just believe. You just believe. And you give them your resume of, I got my shirt on, I got my beard trimmed, I got my gold chains, I got my tube dress going on, all that kind of stuff. I got my two-tone jeans on, extra tight, with the knees ripped out so I can bend because they too daggone tight. That's why people rip them knees out so they can bend. Come on now. Nobody want to run around with no ripped knees in 30-degree weather. I got my knees cut out in the jeans so I can bend in case I drop my purse or something and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is this. You can go out here and do this. Just communicate who you believe you are. Who do you believe you are as a notary? After taking 15 different trainings, sitting in 800 different clubhouses, gone to 17 different conferences, you mean to tell me you ain't learned enough to where you can say, okay, this is what I understand about being a notary and being a loan closer, and here's what my responsibilities are, and here's what I'm going to do for you. You mean to tell me you can't communicate that in a couple of sentences? If you can't, then you don't need to be doing this business, because nobody's going to ever know that what you can do. Well, you give me a chance. Okay, yeah, I'm going to give you a chance. Communicate. Write it down. What are you going to say? I mean, when y'all out there in the club and wherever you at, church or whoever, and you scoping somebody, what you trying to do? You trying to figure out, okay, let me hear them say they got a job. Let me hear them say they ain't married. Let me hear them say they ain't got no kids. Now, they ain't proved nothing to you. You just want to hear them say it. And if they say the right things, all right, they might get my digits. But if they ain't saying the right thing, or they ain't saying it the right way, and your partners can be telling, girl, I'm telling you, he got a job, he got this, he got that, but he ain't looking right. If he don't present himself right, then you like, I'm bouncing. Might have everything you want, might be everything you need, but they don't present themselves right. And that's understandable. But I believe you can present yourself right by just simply saying the things that you need to do, that you understand that you need to do as a notary when conducting a closing. It's not about how educated you are and you Phi Beta Kappa and you're a Q dog and all of that, and you're a Sigma and a Delta. It's about how your business can help that business get the job done, which is getting these loans closed. That's all you're doing. You are telling your business, you are saying my business can do this for your business. That's what you're doing. As a W-2, you're saying, here's the labor you can get out of me for the job that you have offered. You're trying to help them understand, as a business owner, my business has the resources and the ability to get the job done. The job you want done is the closings done correctly. We can do that. You communicated these are the problems. I can fix those problems because I know what I'm doing. And here's what I know to do to rectify those problems. That's what they want to hear. And because you're unwilling to communicate that to them, they're like, out next, 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 next. Oh, there's great. Okay, so you do late night closings. Okay, you will go into a person's house. You will do this. Okay, you will scan back. Okay, you will not double side print. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let's give this person a chance because they're telling us they're not going to do the things that have been a pain in our side. So let's give them a shot. And then you go and execute and you do the things correctly. They have no choice but to believe in you and to be happy with you and to give you another chance. But you're just saying, I got a printer. I took so-and-so's training. Give me a shot. Well, okay, you got a printer. We like that. But we don't like the person who you took training from. It's just that's the real. We don't like him. We don't like her. We don't like them. Because we've had some bad things happen with people who took that training. Not saying that person is a bad trainer, but apparently the people who they train are coming out here doing stuff jacked up. So we don't want to mess with them. So sometimes you don't just get the training, get the education, but don't worry about trying to tell everybody who you took your training from so they can click on your affiliate link and you can make some money. People know the game now. Figure it out. You can do this thing. I don't know what it's going to take. But you're going to have to make up your mind on how you want your entrepreneur career to be. And I'm going to end on this. Keep in mind, none of the people who are paying to train you, none of the people who you are sitting there hanging in clubhouses and Facebooks and all of that stuff are paying you a dime to do these closings. They're not offering you the opportunities. They're just educating you on things. And granted, there's some that are giving some good information, but at the end of the day, none of them are actually paying you. None of them are actually paying you. You're still, when you do a closing, it's that person over there that's paying you, not the person you've been listening on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or whatever. You sitting in all these little lives and stuff, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Paying all this but who's paying you? And then the person who's trying to pay you is asking you to do things a particular way that's not in contradiction to your state law. And you're like, well, nah, I ain't doing that because that ain't what my trainer told me to do. Well, your trainer is incorrect with regards to what we want done. Well, I ain't doing that. My trainer told me that if it's over 75 pages, y'all need to pay me another $100. Okay, it's only 85 pages. Well, I'm just saying that's what my trainer told me. You know how people get and their head start bobbling and stuff. And they like, okay, forget you. Well, somebody told me to just print, on all letter and don't try to print letter and legal. We wanted letter and legal. Well, I'm just saying, that's what they told me over there on that website. You get what I'm saying? You're trying to implement stuff that somebody told you, and that the people who you're dealing with is like, it's contradictory to what we want. Can you please just do what we're asking? I mean, just like the other day, the young lady Melina from the closing, the blue, she was the blue. I always forget the business name, but she was doing a skit on Instagram about doing scan backs. In my opinion, that young lady should never have had to do that skit to tell notaries you need to scan back, or the importance of them. If they ask for it, you give it to them. They're not asking you to do anything. It's just a digital copy of what you've already gotten done. Give it to them. And signing companies got to go out here and do skits to convince you that you need to do your daggone job that they're asking you to do, which is nothing wrong with them asking you to scan back. But because trainers, all these training things that have been going on out here, that's saying you need to charge more for scans because it's taking up your time, and it's so time consuming. And then they get myself in trouble. All I'm saying is this: don't start a signing company. And this isn't had nothing to do with the young lady Melina, but this is to the rest of y'all. There are people out here that's training y'all to do certain things, and then you become a signing company, and then you feel the effects of people doing the stuff, because the things that people were trained to do and the things that a signing company should have done don't mix. The lender or the title company says we need scans, but your trainer told you don't do scans unless they paying you another $100. You become a signing company and you realize real quick, and this you realize real quick, okay, I can't pay somebody $100 to do a scan. And this is what I've heard from other signing company owners and processors and all of that works. They're like, nah, we can't do that. You see what I'm saying? So think about who's paying you. If they're not asking you to do something that's illegal, that's outside of the scope of your notary commission, they said we need the document shipped back for the next day. We need the documents scanned. Don't double side print. Show your butt up on time. Why can't you do that? And they're the ones paying you. I mean, they're paying you, but you're so busy trying to get a signing so you can implement these little jacked up shortcuts that somebody who you paid told you to do. You paid somebody to tell you to do something that's going to get you blacklisted. That's it. Okay, let's just call it what it is. You pay somebody money and they're telling you to do stuff that could potentially get you blacklisted. Maybe the signing companies need to come out with a list on their website of things that will get you blacklisted. Just come out with a straight list. Here's the list of things that will get you blacklisted. Now, compare that to what you've been taught. If somebody taught you any of these things, then guess what? They taught you wrong. This is what will get you blacklisted from us. And because you understand this will get you blacklisted from us, that means you should not be trying to do it. That's what I believe needs to happen right now. And now you can got it. So okay, and 80% of what is on this list is what I've been taught to do. So that means there's an 80% chance I'm going to get, really it's a 100% chance you're going to get what? Blacklisted if you do those things. I mean, how does that not make common sense? I've been taught to do things wrong. And here's things that these people say are wrong. They said if I do these things, I'm going to get blacklisted. I've been taught to do those things. So I guess what? I shouldn't be surprised when I get blacklisted. And again, thanks for hitting the like button and sharing. Let me see what we got going on. Shannon was saying she had to give the oath to a signer who was deaf and nonverbal. They are not teaching that in training. That comes with experience. Yeah. And you could actually write the oath down. You could, because people have given me the oath written down You can write it down. You can have it written down and have them read it, and then and have a statement. Do you solemnly swear affirm on the penalty of perjury? Dot dot dot. Please answer. Please circle. You can have them circle. Please circle yes or no, and then you keep that. Matter of fact, I would have them have the statement, have them circle either yes or no, have them sign it. Heck, I will even notarize it, and then keep it with my logbook. Thinking outside of the box there. Um, yeah, then yes, you could learn sign language. They got apps on the thing to do the sign language. All of that kind of stuff. Heck, you could probably, if you knew somebody who did sign, check it out. Just thinking outside the box. If you knew somebody who did sign language, you could actually have them do the oath in sign language and then put it on, and then you record it on your phone, and then whenever you're in that situation, you can play it. And I guarantee somebody gonna be doing a course on how to train people on how to present the oath to deaf people, and they're gonna be using what I just said and be trying to make y'all pay them $85 for it. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. By Monday morning, somebody gonna have a course on how to communicate to deaf people in a signing, and they're gonna be charging y'all 80 some bucks for it, or they're gonna be saying, hey, it's $85, 200% off of my $2,000 fee that I normally would charge y'all. Guaranteed. 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 I could I that I could have easily not said anything and then created a course or some kind of way. Hey, you can learn it over here and just pay me. Nah. Oh, there we go. This is free game that y'all getting today. That is one way that you could possibly do it. Record the person, sign languaging. And heck, if you really want to do it right, you could actually record it, then put it up on YouTube, and you can have it as a private video that you only have the link to. Let YouTube process it and put the closed captions up there on there, and then boom, you can do it that way. You get what I'm saying? I mean, this is how you make your own way in any business. Be willing to think outside the box. Think outside the box. So granted, you'll hear people starting to push this, what I just said to y'all. Every time you hear them say Griff said it first. And that's supposed to, now they're gonna kick you out the social media group or whatever, but still, before you get kicked out, just say, hey, Griff said it first. Because ain't nobody ever said none of this what I'm saying right now. And I'm not trying to give myself like I'm some kind of demigod or some super. It's just the fact of listening to what Shannon said, and I was like, okay, problem solving. How do you fix this problem? If you going into a signing and they say, hey, we got this situation, how would you resolve it? This is how you got to think. Okay, this way. So I literally just put myself like, how would I solve that if it was me? Here's two ways. Write it down, have them circle yes or no, have them sign it, you notarize it. Boom. And then keep it in your notary logbook. Keep it with your notary logbook. Have it digitally, where they do it or something. And you can, however you want to do it. Have somebody who that can do FaceTime with them for the sign language part. Now, not FaceTime doing an organization, but the sign language part. And then you say, hey, did they? Yep, they say yes. Boom. There's ways of going around it. So if somebody start pushing that, you just tell them, say, hey, give Griff 50 cents for every time you teach that. All right, party people. I'm gonna get on up out of here, do these scans real quick, and then go on to my 5 o'clock appointment and everything, and all that good stuff. And then me and the fellas, we gonna record later tonight and everything. And y'all keep listen to the podcast. We got some good stuff that we've been putting out there and everything. And we do appreciate all of y'all for chiming in and listening to the podcast and supporting. Those of you who want to be part of, want to come to the members meeting tomorrow night at 6, just click the join button. If you don't see the join button, look in the description of this video or any of my other videos, and you'll see a link in there for joining the YouTube membership. And sometimes I don't know, sometimes YouTube shows it the join button and he don't. So you might have to look at it on the computer or vice versa on the phone or whatever. Turn the phone sideways. YouTube is just tripping sometimes. And in the community tab, you'll see the announcement for registering for it. So if you've already registered, you don't have to register again. Um, and again, the 17th is the last one for this month. Um, and then we will be getting back together in the new year. However, as the members know, if they need me for anything, call me. Document reviews, all of that, I'll be more than happy to help. I just did a document review for a person, and I do document reviews for non-members. I just charge a small fee for doing that and get you squared away for your signing, because a lot of people have started getting their first signings and all of that kind of good stuff. So if you need me, hit me up. Like the song say, if you need me, call me, beat me, all of that. Kim Possible. Showing my age. But like I said, I got nothing but mad respect for y'all, for this industry. I just wish people would stop doing things that's hurting people. And since they won't, then you need to do what you can to protect yourself so you can grow your business. And man up, woman up, and go out here and do what you got to do. Appreciate y'all. Talk to y'all later. Peace.